What up, people? I'm gonna try to make this quick because I know every time I do a video blog, it lasts a little long. So I start rambling or like I'll start. Anyway, wanted to talk about the last video blog I did. It was about animes, and like somebody made a comment on it and said like, for example, uh, they thought Last Airbender, Avatar Last Airbender that comes on Nickelodeon. They were like, I hate it when like my favorite shows or cartoons, you know, get adapted in like a live action film and like their shit. And I was like, it made me really think about it. I don't think a lot of people understand like how adapted films work. Like for a while now, I've been upset because I've been looking for nothing but like original films, and it seemed like everything in the last, I'll say really like the last 3 years, have been almost nothing but adaptations of old movies, television shows. Uh, some are even like commercials sometimes. But anyway, um, board games. Anyway, um, so I don't think a lot of people understand like how adaptations work sometimes. So I thought I would use Avatar: The Last Airbender as an example, because of just how the fan base, everybody just blasted that movie out of nowhere, and I was, you know, but when a production company comes up with the idea they want to do an adaptation, they come up with a director and a writer. So they got M. Night Shyamalan, which everybody felt a little nervous about because everybody hasn't really liked M. Night Shyamalan's last few movies, and you know that's a whole different topic anyway. But when you come up with the hard task of having to write and direct an adaptation, especially an adaptation that has a large fan base, like the last Avatar does, Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender. When you have to do that task, a lot of things come in the way of doing that. You have to think like in three different types of ways when you're doing a film that's an adaptation. You have to do the film for like three different types of people. One, you got to do it obviously for the fans, the people that have been watching the show since it came out. They've watched the entire series like 8 times. They know all the characters and all their backstories. They got all the toys and posters and shit. And you have to please them obviously when you do an adaptation. The second group of people you gotta appeal to are the people that have watched the show every now and then. They don't know the full story, but they kind of get the grasp of it and everything. Like me, that's how I am when it comes to The Last Airbender. I know all the characters and I kind of know the story. And then the last group that you got to appeal to, which I don't think a lot of fans think about, are the people that have never heard of it at all. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that don't know what the heck The Last Airbender even is. They don't watch the cartoon. They don't watch the show. They don't, read anything about it. So you got to appeal to those people, because if you just appeal to the fans, you won't make any money. And if you don't make any money, I mean, there's really no reason to do a movie anyway. Not saying that a movie is all about money, but I digress. You have to appeal to those three different groups of people, because if you don't, you won't make any money. And another issue that a lot of people had with the movie is everything was crammed into this one film that was about, almost like, I think everybody was saying like 3 different seasons. And I know there's 4 books or like 4 chapters of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and everybody kind of does that same thing when an adaptation is done, especially an adaptation about a very large series, or a very large number of seasons for a television show or adaptation. It's like you kind of have to cram a lot or as much as you can into the first film, because when you sign on to do one, you have no idea if you're gonna have enough money to do 2 other films. You don't know if it's going to be a large series. Text message. You don't know if it's going to be a large series, or you're even going to have enough money to produce 2 other films. So, when it came to Last Airbender, yeah, he crammed a lot into it. He crammed a lot. But he doesn't know if the movie's going to make enough money to do 2 other films. That's just like X-Men. Perfect example. When the X-Men movie came out, a lot of people were upset because they were like, a lot isn't being told correctly. They had to change a lot around. Same aspect. You got to please the fans, people who have heard of it, and people who have never heard of it before. And you have to direct it and rewrite it in a way that it can be told a lot easier. Then, that was the first movie. The second movie was awesome because they made so much money off the first movie. The normal movie runs like an hour and a half. X-Men 2 was like 2 hours long. It was action-packed and the story was awesome. And then Part 3 came along and, it was just, nobody liked it. It was too much and too little at the same time. The story was crap. Just like Spider-Man. First Spider-Man movie was awesome. Second one was above awesome. And the third one, the fans, they wanted to please the fans with all these things and aspects in it, and they all sucked. So, the best way to watch a movie, especially when it's adapted from like a show that you like or a comic book or a character that you like a lot, the last, I'll say 3 weeks before the movie comes out, make sure you don't watch any trailers, you don't watch the show, you don't watch nothing about the character or the series or anything. 3 weeks, just don't watch anything about it. And then try your hardest to go into the theater, or when you go to see this movie, with a completely unbiased opinion, with a very neutral mindset about what this film is going to be like. Because if you go there expecting a whole lot, you're going to be disappointed either way. If you go there thinking the movie is just going to be shit anyway, and you're just watching it like, I know it's going to be shit, it's going to be shit. If you go there with a neutral opinion already about the film, once you come out and you give yourself like 2 hours after watching the movie to really think about it, you'll be able to give like a really good opinion on the movie. So that's that video blog, and I'm doing another one soon today, because this is another topic. This is the part 2 to the one I did about being in a clique. So if you want to watch that one, or you want to, respond to this one, please do. I'm loving the comments. I'm loving the support. And, this blogging thing is wild, and I'm really liking it. So comment and just tell me what you think, and hopefully I will post something later. Peace.